Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Krista Tupper. I'm the team leader of the Youth Media Project, and this is Sean Lunde, who is one of the filmmakers this evening. And we will be emceeing. We'd like to start by introducing Donna Mitchell, who is here to welcome us to the unceded territory of the Comox Nation.
Yo. Hi, everyone. Good to see such a full house, almost full house. Welcome to the unceded traditional territories of the Comox First Nation. On behalf of our hereditary chiefs, I'd like to bless each and every one of you. Last year, we lost 2 hereditary chiefs. We haven't had a service for it yet. We will this month, I think. But congratulations to the social media here that's happening here tonight and for the next few days. And let's take a moment for the 215 children. I come from a long line of hereditary chiefs. I've worked at Cumberland Health Center, did nursing for 39 years. I was telling the girls back there that I didn't stay just at being an LPN. I took six jobs while I was in there because people would sit at the main table gossiping about each other, and I never sat at that table. I sat there and crocheted or knit, did my thing, and changed the job descriptions, changed the rotations. I changed a lot of things in the time that I was there so that people could live instead of 6 days on, 2 off, 6 evenings, 2 off, 6 nights, 3 off. It was very hard on the whole staff. When I left, everybody was doing much better. 4 days on, 4 and 3 sort of thing. But tonight, enjoy your showing here tonight. And I thank each and every one of you for coming. This is exciting for them. I listen to all the chatter back there. Happy New Year, everyone. Congratulations for the team.
Thank you, Donna, for such a warm welcoming, and to the Comox Nation for your care of this land from time immemorial. Before we begin with to watch the amazing films that are here tonight, I'd like to offer a few gracious thank yous to some pretty amazing folks that helped make the program happen. And I want to start with the Comox Valley Art Gallery. As many of you are aware, the YMP is not just a place to learn media making, but it's also a space that brings together community and creates places of connection and places to think about ideas about how we want to be in this world and how we want to be in community. So I can't think of a better place to house this program than the Comox Valley Art Gallery. It's an amazing space. Thank you to all the great people. You offer a vitality to our program that is unmatched. So I just want to really appreciate everybody from the Comox Valley Art Gallery. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Which, by the way, couldn't have been done without our work placement project sponsors. They took a chance and hired us to create short films that celebrate what they do in the community. Here are the workplace sponsors for this year: the Comox Valley Youth Music Center, Viridian Solar Co-op, Lake Trail Community Education Society, Comox Valley Hospice Society, the the Youth and Ecological Restoration Program, the Comox Valley Lifelong Learning Center, and last but not least, the Downtown Business Improvement Association, Courtenay Business Improvement Association. Let's all have a hand for them, please.
Woo! Thank you, Sean.
Let's go.
Also want to thank the amazing team that makes up the Youth Media Project, my awesome co-workers who bend over backwards to create fun and engaging opportunities, like our tech, Dan Peruzzo, who is there to solve all of the minor to major tech crises and who brings his own special brand of creative flair to our team. I also want to thank Kat Radford, who keeps bringing creative fun and a supportive vibe with her every time she shows up. So thank you. Thank you for creating some meaningful adventures. Wait, where am I? I'm not used to doing this on the phone, so bear with me. Okay, so we also want to send out some appreciation to you, our audience, for not just coming out and watching the films, but being a huge part of the films. So many of the people here have come and shared their stories or provided feedback in our space or just kind of embedded yourself in our tiny little community. So we just want you to know we really appreciate you. Thank you.
True dat, true dat. And we also couldn't have done this without our wonderful community partners supporting our program. And here they are, the Wachier Friendship Center, the Creative Employment Access Society, and please give another round of applause for them and our newest community partner, the Sid Williams Theatre. Thank you for hosting us.
Also want to give a special shout out to all the folks who hosted workshops with this year's participants. We really appreciate you and thank you so much for coming and also creating some memorable moments with us. And on that note, so now, did I forget the participants? I don't think so. So now we just want to bring up some of the filmmakers and introduce them. And Taylor, you're first. So let's give it up for Taylor. Get on up here. Come on. Come on. So and this is our, we have a thing. So I just want to thank you for inspiring the zine making. So I don't know if you all saw the zines out there, but there's a big table of some pretty creative stuff, and this is the instigator of that. So. Also want to, I don't know if you know Taylor at all, you may know that Taylor loves the horror genre. This is a really big, so we just want to really appreciate your detailed explanation of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The lore, absolutely epic. Thank you, thank you. And thank you for bringing your laughter and energy into the room, and you will be very missed.
Lights, camera, action, Mavelin. Our next star is ready to shine. Let's give up some applause for Mavelin. Yeah. Let's go. Mav has and always will have a supernatural gift for taking care of everyone, no matter their mood. She makes sure everyone is loved, acknowledged, and in a good headspace, keeping the vibe strong. I could always count on Mav to make me smile, whether that be checking up on me, doing some sweet beatboxing, slick dance moves on the spot, or whether she's just break out in cartwheels anywhere in the office in her socks.
Woo! So Rozzy, come on up here. It's your turn. Rozzy has stolen every scene they're in, and now they're about to steal the moment. The red carpet is yours, Rozzy. So Rozzy, you have a way with words. We appreciate how you kept everyone included in every conversation and kept rekindling the fire in our group discussions by adding a unique angle or a new perspective. And thank you for keeping the YMP flame alive. You are a rare human who connects and vocalizes your mind and heart, and we would be remiss if we did not mention your keen sense of style. Was it casual every day, chic, punk, fancy, goth? We never knew what you were going to dazzle us with, but we did know that you were expressing your remarkable sense of play and artistry when you did it. And that wasn't the only way that you expressed it. You expressed it in your film, and that's how we know that whatever you go into, your fashion, your film, your acting, you're going to be fantastic. See you.
Heather, the spotlight shines upon you. Please give a warm welcome for Heather. Heather ignited the everlasting memories of this program when she built the quilt blanket fort, making our space so much cozier and the office feeling like a second home. Your beloved giraffe, Mavis, will live on in Kat's epic artwork in the office you shared with Krista and Mav forever. Your love and joy of creativity inspires everyone, and the extra hours that you put into your project shows your passion for the artistic creative you want to share with the rest of the world. We wish you all the best at your new career as a journalist at CVOX.
Oh, and Marc. They've wrapped up. Okay, Marc, get on up here. They've wrapped. Woo! Here's Marc. So, Marc, we love that you are so open and sharing of your knowledge about nature. The group so enjoyed hearing stories of your secret mushroom foraging adventures with your mom in these mystical-sounding lands, only to find out that all of these lands were right here within our own community. So awesome. Your patience in being able to get spring footage for your film in the middle of autumn was remarkable. I know if anyone were able to pull it off, it would be from a person as connected to nature as you are. We can't wait to see you flourish like a dandelion on a hot summer day. That's a film reference. You'll get it later.
And the credits continue to roll, and the next big name coming up is Tremayne. The stage is yours, dude. Tremayne is one of the most hilarious guys I've ever met. He has this direct, genuine style of wit that always had me and everyone cracking up when we were out in the field together. You have some of the best observational skills and say it how it is personalities, while also being able to positively change the atmosphere in the room at any moment. So man, I know your passion for making films will bring you to great heights, and one day I envision I'll be able to say I was lucky enough to work with someone who directed the newest Star Wars blockbuster.
Give it up for Tremayne. And last but not least, Sean. Every star has its time to shine. Okay, I know that was cheesy. Sean, you have a way with words and it comes out in your music. We will miss your daily fist bump explosions and your emotional tunes. No matter the day, you would always end up with at least 10 tea bags dangled in each mug by the end of it. Keep on recording music, and I hope to see great things from you. All of us wishing that you will be able to make your next step in your music career, and please invite us all to your first music performance.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Krista. That wraps about everything up. Now, is everybody ready to watch some films?
All right, let's see them.
Thank you for coming.
What is art? What is creativity? Who are we without it? Art, the creative force that runs through every human, from the hunter-gatherers 100,000 years ago, who ground red ochre and kept it in abalone shells in their artist studios, to the people today sitting beside you on the bus, in the boardroom, across the kitchen table. Creativity is intrinsic to our experience as humans, a way of expressing our thoughts, feelings, and experiences in this world. So what happens when we are told art isn't for us? We aren't clever enough to understand it, talented enough to make it, good enough to be it. Who convinced you that you couldn't be an artist? And why did you believe them?
Anybody can make art, and really anything can be art. It is art if you say it is.
I think creativity is in everything we do. I don't think there's a limit to it. There's no sides, there's no top, there's no depth. It is endless. There's creativity in how you choose to approach going for a walk with your dog. Like, what road are you gonna take? What smells do you enjoy? Like, what kinds of colors do you take in, you know? So
whatever it brings to you is different for everybody. I think everybody has their own attraction to certain art, and it's just personal preferences, I think, and life experience.
There's a phenomenon well documented among creatives called imposter syndrome. A sneaky little voice in the back of your head that tells you you're not good enough. But who decided art needs to be good?
It's interesting because the way art kind of functions in the world is extremely subjective. You know, if I have a reaction to a piece of work, it's done its job in some way, whether it's a kind of revulsion or an attraction. Many artworks are made specifically to create this or any kind of reaction at all, but the idea of judgment is so tied to aesthetics. This art is good, this art is bad, this is not art, this is art. And the idea of putting yourself out into the world and, you know, automatically we kind of understand that your work, yourself, you will be judged because this is how we kind of operate in the world. We see people, we make assumptions about them, we see things, we're automatically kind of judging and framing and categorizing so that we can also understand and put things into tiny boxes.
it's not about comparison, and it's not about oh, well, that person's more creative than me. You shouldn't want to be someone else. I wish that people could find humbling and humility in like being inspired by other people and diving into their creativity in whatever way that they want to, and just roll with it.
I think as an artist is also a kind of hurdle that can be very difficult to get over. Even the idea of putting your art out into the world, even if it's a small world like a community, can still create a lot of kind of fear or insecurity. But I think ultimately it can be very constructive if you can kind of get past the kind of delicacy of sharing who you are, because when you're sharing your art, you really are kind of sharing yourself.
You don't have to show anyone anything of what you're doing. You could do it privately at home. I think just as a society, we can do better to support each other, to get weird. Like, people just need to be weirder.
In 1986, researchers found evidence that judgment impairs creativity. But what about encouraging creativity? Other studies have shown that reinforcing novel ideas increases creativity. Play leads to creative development, and the sensory stimulation of exposure to new things leads to an openness to try new things and think in new ways. So, how can we encourage our own creativity? Science says, play, pick up creative hobbies, and even daydream.
I would agree with the fact that daydreaming leads to greater inspiration. I think that we all need time to imagine, to kind of play, to use our imaginations, to kind of let things run wild. And I think that many great things can come from that. And I think it's kind of an antiquated viewpoint. It's, like daydreaming is a waste of time and you ought to be out there like earning a living. I would agree that daydreaming is a very important aspect of creativity.
I love to daydream. That's all I do. I am constantly daydreaming and it's so fun. Yeah, daydreaming's the best. Creativity, it's a willingness to try and be open. Just get weird, get silly, and have fun and play. Like, kids will teach you. You just hang out with kids. They'll teach you what's up. Kids don't need to be taught creativity. They just need to not be squashed in creativity. It comes from within. It's not an external force, but external things help nurture.
I think you're born with it and then you have to nurture it. I think they go hand in hand.
I wholeheartedly disagree with anyone who thinks they can't be creative. Yeah, I agree. Everyone should have an outlet of some sort in whatever way, and it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what your product is, it's the process. It should be about engagement with yourself, with your spirit, with whoever you are inside. It might feel uncomfortable, it might feel kind of weird. You might just not have found the right thing. Because guess what? There's like 1 bazillion million things to do when it comes to creativity.
So why is it that we make art? Or more specifically, what is the benefit of practicing creativity?
Art is a way of wellness and healing. It is a way of being in a different realm of yourself, in a different realm of your situation. If you can't control your situation, it's a way of removing oneself in a healthy way and imagining a better future for yourself. Make a better future for yourself and for those around you and for your community. I think we often forget our ways of wellness when we have that little like self-sabotage in there and we're like, I'm gonna make no art and I'm not gonna eat the food I need.
I think that art is definitely cathartic for many people who engage in doing it. I know for myself it feels good to just kind of make things, and sometimes you don't think about it, and sometimes things that are really bothering you or things that upset you about the world or that you'd like to see changed or you want to make a statement about can come out through your art. But just this process of making things, I think, can be very healing. And I think when you see artists with social practice, artists who work in community, artists who gift their art, this is all kind of examples of healing work as well.
At the end of the day, we are all collections of atoms made up of stardust moving through space. We get to live, we get to love, we grieve, and someday we die. So what is stopping you from making art? Why not throw your voice into the wind Embrace your experience and be human.
What is the Lake Trail Community Education Society? So if you think about a school building, and this is just my definition, if you think about it like taxpayers have paid for that school and it's in use until about 3:30 and then it sits empty, and it's empty all weekend and it's empty all summer. As a community school, what we can do at Lake Trail Education Societies, we're kind of like a community hall during those off times. So we're able to have the garden program, food programs, and we kind of get to use the same building. So as a taxpayer, I'm getting twice as much bang for my buck. And as a community member, there's something walking distance from my house that I can participate in and have community in.
Thursday evening drop-ins between 6 and 8 at the school. We have gym, we have art, we have board games, and everyone's welcome. And it's free! And it's free.
I feel like in West Courtenay in particular, there's not a lot of spaces for youth to have a place to just be themselves. And so it's really a real important community asset that brings in the community outside of school hours.
The programs, they make me feel happy and like I have a place in the community that is welcomed. They allow people to come together who probably would not have met otherwise.
They make me feel more comfortable around other people because they're all like people like me and they like the same things as I do, and socializing feels so much easier. I can just go up and actually ask the stranger a question, and you're all cool people.
My favorite part of the after-school programs must be the wacky art projects you get to do and art clubs and stuff. It's super fun with all the people. You're all making different things, and you're all just interacting with each other. Super fun.
The food. I get free food at every art thing or anything that used to happen. So it's not why I'm going there, but the free food was definitely the best part, and the people who were working there. Because some of the people who are working at the after-school thing, they were so kind and caring.
Yeah, we're nonprofit, and we have to raise all the funds that we are needed for our programs and for feeding kids, because there's lots of need in this community, and the kids are always hungry.
You could come in and volunteer at the salad bar. You can come to the community drop-in nights. You can come just be the person who does crafts and just be here and smile at people. Introduce yourself, be a part of the community.
You can sign up to the community school newsletter, and you can follow the community school on social media.
So either people can come as volunteers, or they can donate, or they can, if they live in the community, then they can come and join in our programs and be part of it.
Hi, my name is Graham Hillier. I work with the Youth and Ecological Restoration Program as the coordinator and youth support worker.
My name is Elwood. I took YER Phase 1 in the spring, Phase 2 in the summer.
Hi, my name's Olivia. I started working with Youth and Ecological Restoration about 2 summers ago, and I did a lot of work with the community and the environment.
Hello, I am Brooklyn Domini. I'm 16. I did 2 phases of the YER program.
My name is Rory, and I'm the teacher at Nalatsi School in Courtenay, BC on the traditional unceded territories of the Comox First Nation.
This program's been going for 20 years as a way for youth to get out and be more connected with nature and their community. So when you join the program, you go to 4 different places in our community to help and assist the staff and volunteers at these organizations.
I think that they're really great people who really try their best to make a difference.
Yeah, they're really great people, and I would never pick anyone else to work with.
One of the things you might do is go to Mars Wildlife Rescue, where you get to hand feed baby birds, or you get to be part of a medical procedure where they're checking the health condition of the patients.
I remember walking into when I was working at Mars, and I saw a little mouse lying on the table, and it looked not great, and I was like, oh my gosh, is it okay? And they're like, oh no, that's lunch.
My favorite was when we saw a juvenile eagle that kept flying over us, because we were checking whether it could fly straight or had good wing structure.
And they pointed to an owl, and I fed an owl a little rat, and it was kind of fun because it was this giant, I want to say barn owl, and it was adorable.
And we also went to different hatcheries, seeing how we could help and what they're trying to do to help the ecosystem.
Another place you might work is the Oyster River Fish Hatchery, where we help the volunteers and the staff there with many different things, and that could include feeding the 40,000 coho fry. In the fall, one of my favorite things to do is helping all the volunteers there seine net the river to capture salmon for their brood stock. One of the other things you'll do is work alongside some of the stream keepers in our community. And here we're counting the out-migration of salmon in different traps that these stream keeper groups have set up. In the fall, we get to walk some of the most beautiful stretches of creeks in the Comox Valley, counting returning spawning salmon.
So we've had probably over a dozen NLATSI students participate, and I've seen quite a transformation. I've noticed more of a connection with the land.
It gave me a deeper understanding in nature and more connected.
With many of the youth I've worked with, I really feel like it's getting out in nature that is the most benefit to them.
There's a lot that you can do to help the environment and work with the community, and I think that's a really important experience to have, to just work and do your best for something that you really care about.
I've also noticed it's really helpful for students' confidence.
Towards the end of the program, I had to do a speech and talk in front of a bunch of people, which can always be kind of nerve-wracking.
And I had to lead 40 different people through these trails and tell them about the wildlife and the types of plants in the area, and it was really nerve-wracking, really nerve-wracking. But I did it, and it pushed me to do a lot more community talking in the future, like joining my school improv team and school plays and doing community theater work, which I've always wanted to do. I felt accomplished and relieved, very relieved. I felt very proud that I was able to talk in front of that amount of people. And it has helped me know that I want to be a wildlife conservation assistant.
One of the reasons I was so drawn to this program is because I get to introduce youth into nature and let them experience parts of their community they wouldn't necessarily always get to see.
I know it's a little bit scary going into something new, but I can assure you that it's great work experience and learning from the people that really want to make an impact our environment.
It was just fun because you rarely get to experience stuff like this if you've never taken the program.
I think it can be very empowering for young people to see the results of their actions and their learning on their communities, on the land, and should feel like they have some agency.
This program has helped me unlock many career opportunities and meet lots of great people in the conservation field.
I think it's important for youth to participate in the Youth and Ecological Restoration Program to get a better sense of the natural world that's around us. And when we become more hands-on with the natural environment around us, we become more connected to it. And I just see that in the response from the youth.
I wouldn't imagine the seeds like this.
Yeah, and these are ready for planting. So depending how many million you want, you can be very thorough, but you have a 150-year supply right now as we go.
How many do you need for one plant like that?
One seed.
Just one?
Yeah,
Whoa.
One seed will produce all this, right? So it's much abundance.
So I'm Lisa Willett. I'm the Vancouver Island Seed Coordinator with Farm Folk City Folk. We get lots of small growers who have amounts of seed that are possible to clean by hand, but make it a little bit easier to clean with our machines. So just being able for them to kind of increase their capacity for growing seeds. This one is a thresher, and this machine we find most useful for really small lots of grain crops, especially here in Comox. And actually, because you can keep them on the stalk, it takes away like one of the steps in processing and harvesting, and that's very helpful. So people will actually change what they grow, knowing this machinery is coming, because it's just too laborious to do it by hand. You know, once you get to know the machines, but like you don't have to know how to use it, because people come and we just figure out what's going to work best. So the seed and the plant material has been broken up to get the seed away from the plant material. It's still kind of all together in a mix, and you have to separate out the seed from the plant material. So most of the time you're going to do a winnowing process on that, and winnowing is just using air to blow the plant material, or what we call chaff, off from the seed. So this allows us to have a pretty large hopper, like a pretty large area to put seed in. So this one doesn't sort your seed by size at all, it's just sorting it by weight. Those are the two ways we kind of sort our seed to get it clean. But this one is very useful for many different things, and also what's really nice about this machine is you can pour things in it, kind of walk away and do something else. So that's like with some of the other machines, you have to like stay there and work on it. This is very useful for that. We invite people to come out, bring your seeds, figure it out with us as we go through how we can clean the different seeds to what you need. And yeah, and our tours run every fall all over Vancouver Island and into the mainland too.
Here you go, seed collecting 101.
Happy birthday to you. I'm so glad that you're alive. You're a gift to the earth. Blessed day of your birth. Happy death day to you. I'm so sad that you will die. You'll return to the earth. Blessed day of your hearse.
Death, dying, grieving.
Hospice impacts our community on levels we don't see. People think it's just about end of life and about people going to a place to die. And hospice is so much more than that. It's the relationships that are built within the community that develops.
My name is Derek Harvey, and I lost my wife to cancer. Having the Hospice Society there for me and for her was probably the biggest gift that we could have been given. The absolute release of stress on us was immediate and profound. While Lois was in the hospice, I was made aware by the hospice staff of the various counseling processes that were available to me. The counseling was always one-on-one, and she was unbelievably good. Following on with that, the hospice offers some outreach type programs.
We have a monthly death cafe, and it's really just a space where people can talk openly about death and dying. And then we have our free spirit cafe. And so same idea as the death cafe, but it's meant to be anything spirituality focused. And quite often we start with meditation, and then the conversation will just go from there. We offer support for caregivers in our self-care clinic with Reiki and Healing Touch. We have a weekly Care for Caregivers support group.
The one that I've been involved in are the walks. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, people who have lost a partner or lost a loved one can get together. We go for a 1-hour walk, and then we go back to the hospice and we sit around and we have coffee and tea, and we talk to each other about where we're at in our grief process.
Comox Valley Hospice Society provides advanced care planning in workshops and one-on-one sessions too.
Advanced care planning is really how we navigate the medical pathways to get to our end of life, and who we include in those conversations and decision makings, so that we have people that can speak for us if we can't speak for ourselves.
The Comox Valley Hospice Society couldn't do this work without our dedicated volunteers and donations.
It is a powerful, valuable resource that should be available to everybody in Canada and around the world.
It's not a place, it's a message, it's a feeling, it's meeting people where they need to be met in order to live as fully as possible to the very end.
Happy Death Day to you.
Happy Death Day to you.
I'm so sad that you will die.
I'm so sad that you will die.
You'll return to the earth.
You'll return to the earth.
Bless the day of your hearse.
Bless the day of your hearse.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm so glad that you're alive.
I'm so glad that you're alive.
You're a gift to the earth.
You're a gift to the earth.
Bless the day of your birth.
Bless the day of your birth.
Said I've been dreaming about how it could be. I've been thinking about you, and I've been scheming how to set my holy mother free. I've been thinking about you.
When I was a kid, I had an incredibly specific bedtime routine. I would take 7 steps to the bathroom, then brush my teeth with exactly 333 strokes. I would wipe my hands on the towel 10 times and walk precisely 7 circles around the foyer before saying goodnight. When I was ready for bed, I would think the same thoughts in the same order, or I couldn't sleep that night. There were certain lines I had to say in my mind 3 times in a row. Don't have any nightmares. Don't have any nightmares. Don't have any nightmares. People would often tell me it's all in your head, but I knew it was in my head. My head was the problem. I would do anything to get out of my head, and eventually I did. I created new patterns, destructive ones. I stopped being so connected with everything around me, untethered from the world, no longer neat and controlled. I made my idols Lana Del Rey and Penny Lane, women who made beauty from the darkness. Something about Penny Lane made me feel so free. the unimaginable power of I am me and nothing else matters. Arms stretched out and dancing, a smile bright enough to light up the world. And I romanticized everything Lana sang about, the toxic femininity, the drugs, the violence, and the emotional honesty. It gave me new ways to destroy myself. By obsessing over the darkness, I became filled with it. When I was a kid, I was so many of the things I later admired. Even when I was stuck in my patterns, I wore my emotions on my sleeve. I danced even when people were watching. I dressed how I wanted and was free in ways I didn't even know. But now I see that Penny Lane was hurting, acting free when she was the most trapped. Now I see that Lana Del Rey was lying, inventing stories for the sake of it. Art helped me see the parts of myself that had always been there, highlighted the good next to the nightmares. Through art, I have learned to separate the darkness from myself, and be only the parts that give me life.
Hey, my name is Olivia Crowhurst and I play the violin. I was part of the CYMC program for 3 years, the classical intensive program. Some of the best memories I have from the program are meeting all the amazing musicians and just getting to play with people I would never get to meet ordinarily and just forge such amazing relationships with them. One of the biggest takeaways I got from CYMC was just being able to take material that I hadn't seen before and learn it and polish it in a week and just then go and perform it.
My name is Henry Waite and I was in the musical theater program of the Comox Valley Youth Music Center. In this program, there is so much opportunity to learn. I did it in 2023 and 2024 for The Prom and Legally Blonde. They were both 3-week programs. Get to meet new people every time and it is a beautiful experience.
Advice I would have for someone going into the CYMC classical program is just that it's going to be overwhelming and it's going to be hard, but just stick with it. It's going to be such a great experience. I would just say do it. What do you have to lose? It's such a great program.
I'm Cale McKenzie. I play the tenor trombone and I've been part of the CYMC Jazz Intensive for 2 years. For a week, they take about 20 to 25 kids. We get sorted into groups based on our experience, so we play in a full group and we learned so much about the band program and about how to play jazz. The program's taught by these professionals that are some of the best in Canada, I believe, that I've had the pleasure of knowing for these years, and they teach you all their tricks to playing, which is such a valuable experience that you can't get from books or watching shows or doing anything else.
I'm Stella, I play the trumpet, and I was a part of the CYMC Youth Jazz program. In the program, I learned how to solo and play swing pieces with a lot of older peers that really helped me out, and some great jazz soloists and musicians in the community.
The Comox Youth Music Center is an opportunity for excelling and non-excelling musical students of the Comox Valley to find their place and find their people. No matter your experience level, they're going to work with you and they're going to put you right where you're supposed to be, and you're going to learn so much and you're going to really enjoy it.
When I played my first solo in front of an audience, even though I don't think I sounded that good, all the older kids clapped for me, and it was really meaningful that they cared that much, even though I didn't know them that well, and they were willing to support someone younger who was just learning how to play. For anyone interested in the program, I would tell them that they should absolutely do it because it changed my life and improved my music playing drastically.
Son, when you're young, grow up quickly. There's no participation trophies for being shy and too afraid to risk this. Falling in love with your dreams is all or nothing of knowing your life is always worth living, while considering at the same time it will end for everyone you loved or gave you pain on this journey. Live and let live, love and let die, never being afraid to say hi or hello, I love you or I don't. One day I'll either learn to fly or float, so give me a chance to say my best wishes before a journey that falls, before my eyes are closed and I'm gone for good. Finally finding a way, at one moment being at home, then moving hours away from where you're grown alone without any connections, then you'll be left on your own. So out in the world you will go into the voids, Wild West, misinformation age. So please don't forget every single last peace sign, thumbs up, fist bump, see you next time, love ya, group hug for when leaving / being left by your parents. On the regular, loved ones, close buds, BFFs, yeah, the real ones, because there'll be that one day you'll say you love you for the last time too, and you won't even get to know it being right here without them. So move on to the flip side tomorrow, cause anything can happen with your money, anything can happen to you in the world like somebody. But if you shine like a diamond, then you'll never not be bright, sunny, planning plans you can't do anymore. You planned on your pals to do with ya. So whatever or weather may be, seeing whomever you see, losses or storms we all deal with. Too many have seen losing their sunshine, who is often imprisoned within their own mental, aiming at stars, but they lost their wings cause they had gone too far. Punishment of what should've, could've, would've, which shouldn't have ever been, attempting to reach over the peak where the sun shines. Unimpeded falls come around every year out of nowhere, from the long dog days chillin' with your boys, nearing that end of summer, me to you. And you should know this, yo, living my life back now is harder than ever. I swear to God that, because I didn't do the right thing while claiming I did nothing wrong. Dealing with a dramatic downfall, divisive demise on what I should have done, acting like I didn't have a lot of fucks to give, thinking that I couldn't lose. Realistically speaking, that is old news. So son, daughter, brother, sister, mother, father, any of the neighbors, teachers, strangers, jokers, queens, or my one lover, I'm sorry I was hollow. Please accept this repentance with my new bravado. After I let pride go, I learned to never be afraid to say hi and hello. I'm saying I loved you, the one who is irreplaceable the most, only cause that's true, otherwise I won't celebrate this final hurrah while I'm on my way out with a thumbs up, peace sign, explosion style, fist bump, till the next time comes. Who will know the Y-O's, L's and O's, never turning down any group hug, bitter goodbyes or difficult deep talks, saying see you today, anticipating there'll be a flip side out all tomorrow, cause Anything can happen to your mushy, lovey-dovey puppy. Anything can happen to anyone alive until they change into empty bodies. So read this in the context of Splitsville, sweetheart, life's long soul prisoners, post poem. I should have made 10 and going 2KXV. So hear ye, hear me, being concise to thee. Dan, I-C-A, I really fucked up, along the ride of our birth years together, -1 from Y2K, meeting you when I was 3 at Q's and 04 pre-K. Always in the same school together, crushing on each other till grade 12 separated us. Since that moment, why did I not ask? You may ponder, for when I knew you always liked me for just being me, cause I'm a gambling man, and I valued my pride more at the time than falling in love with a companion. My problem was no effort made, not committing to you, starting to lose every bet I made. Because I wanted to role play the blonde ass, hard to get with every female I saw was like, fuck me, I only want sex. This is the cringe hindsight, what keeps me up at night. You afraid of what lurks in the shadows and having horror dreams of monsters. I wake up and having to deal with the roles of horrific aging horror and the love destroyer, anti-movie hero creature, non-fiction feature. All while I needed to do was hit a ball that's with sanity, striking out every chance I had to cuff my day one queen. And if we were to even just hit it off, I would have been set home free, consoling myself and saying at least she didn't say no to my face. I wanna still play pretend. I left a priceless amount on the table cause I didn't want to lose at 10. I realize now the worst I could have done was what I did best. I was always hoping you would try instead, with every morning's in empty hallways and Olia's in it, not saying a word to each other, gaslighting myself. I would start the convo at 8 AM tomorrow. Now it's game over, Sean. Yes, you ran out of time rescuing the princess from her tower, when the bedrock to that problem was not putting your heart in or on the line. So men who still have a chance and are living on the fence, I need you to know, never let fear rule your life and making you afraid to say hi, goodbye, hello, crying inside even though my pride was worth nothing but losing a full house, which could have been mine if I wasn't missing this queen. Leads you to stop sleeping, tossing and turning. I won the lottery and opportunity, losing it all, hedging my options. You would one day knock on my door, letting me know you wanted to chill at my place and play some Nintendo. Now my analog juice flaws and grown, attractive and billions of times realer than any celebrities with millions of followers. Insta posts, looks and intelligence that sets the standards for models. That's why I crave deep intentions, not some shallow Tinder basics relationships. So let's get together sometime and talk about our history. Drinking until the morning. Will you take a shot glass or the bottle? Give me some time, or ignore this. I'm glad to say something now because I never did way back when. So this is a warning to similar sounding wishful silence students and blokes. I lost heart telling you this tale so you don't blow the same smoke. Lesson being my life could have been bliss if I didn't knock down every hurdle on the way to the end, hoping to have ended up one day with more than just that one kiss. So wherever you go out on your way today, love whoever you do truly, seen at all in all cases, or at bare minimum, just acknowledge them, please.
Are you shooting? Yeah. We're just B-rolling. We're like, what's up? What's up?
What's up?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up? Tell me what's good.
Tell me what's good.
What's good?
What's good? I'm telling you what's good.
Yeah, you're telling me what's good?
It's good. What's good?
You think
good.
you're telling this camera and me what's good?
I'm telling you, it's pretty good.
Oh, is it pretty good?
Pretty good.
Oh, is it pretty good?
That was pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
their stories known. With our shouts of protest, our grieving laments, our shallow sighs as we observe a moment of silence and hold vigil in their honor. How many lives lost? No, not lost. And how many lives ended? Abducted, killed abruptly in violence? Lonely, afraid, confused, how many has hatred murdered? Too many. Any is too many. My trans brothers, my trans sisters, my two-spirited counterparts, my NB family members. We are many beautiful things as we walk this earth in these suits of flesh that we wear stardust born. We are fathers or daughters, we are sons or mothers, we are someone's lover, someone's best friend, someone's everything. And we are all of us wounded. At some point we come to know the pain of existence in our queer packaging, not because of inherent weakness, not a coding problem in our DNA that makes us susceptible to a suffering greater than our skin and our bones might be able to bear. Not because we must, by some rite of passage, wear our burdens like badges, displayed with anguish. But we do indeed all come out of this queer human experience to some extent at some point wounded. Targeted with hate, at some point we are afflicted by the right. We are oppressed by the fascists, by the fundamentalists that kneel on a Sunday and pummel their fists into faces on the Friday. A polite God bless you to the straight cis folk, and to us, the venomous burn in hell. We are trespassed against, and yet we are the ones vilified. We are put upon, we are trampled down, both church and state, a political war, unfair warfare, their arsenal so violent, so ignorant, so rampant, so blinding and somehow believed by the masses. Some will admonish that we not dwell in the despair of our injustices. Okay. I urge us to at least look at them, to sit with them in reflection. It's already been said, year after year, this year is different. This year it's been more, it's been harder. And while that may be true of those years past, this year really is pivotal. I worry that these next moments in history will truly try humanity, test the limitations of what love is and what it can endure perilous times, and to adapt, to overcome, to thrive. We must exercise unity, togetherness, solidarity in sacred community. Yes, please do come to know and express your queer joy and your queer love and your peace and your value, but fuck toxic positivity, and so too come to honor your valid queer rage. My trans brothers, my trans sisters, my two-spirited counterparts, my NB family members, we warriors. Though they may beat us, may we never break. Though they may seek to cause division amongst us, may we never conspire against each other. And may we always, whether in peace or in passionate displays of indignation, remember and honor the stolen lives of our queer people, our trans brothers, our trans sisters, our two-spirited and NB family members, while we labor to establish a legacy of lasting queer love, inclusivity, freedom, we as their warriors. May they rest in peace and in pride. Thank you.
Our compliments on your decision to investigate solar for your home. Here's how it works. The three things I need to know for you to consider going solar are the location of your home, the address, the usage data that you can get from BC Hydro, a whole year's of kilowatt hour usage data, and the amperage rating on your service panel, which we can get from pictures that you take and send to us. From here, we provide your initial estimate based on various factors, including your home's location, roof pitch, size, and orientation, home's energy consumption, and sunlight availability throughout the year. So the kind of data you receive, it will be in bar chart form. It will show the solar production over a year. It will show your energy consumption over a year, and you can compare those to see what percentage, offset we call it, you'll have over a year. We'll also be able to determine how much it will reduce your electrical bill and the savings involved in going solar. We use a very sophisticated modeling software called Aurora, which allows us to model your home very accurately and place solar panels on it and then run simulations to generate the predicted results in terms of solar yield for that year, the offset against your bill, the kilowatt hours generated, the savings, and the payback period. Once that estimate's created, we want to have a video call with you and discuss any of the questions that have come up while we reviewed that estimate. And we also want to show you where we want to put solar panels on your house and make sure that it looks good, that it looks like something that you want on your home. And then we're going to review the savings of going solar, the environmental benefits, and any incentives that might be out there that you could take advantage of. And then we're going to give you a price for your consideration. And considering those incentives, we help you with those. We initiate the application with BC Hydro for the $5,000 rebate, and the Canada Greener Homes loan. We can certainly give you the parameters required so you can apply, and the timing that you can expect for that loan to be funded. A site visit is important because we get to measure your roof and get accurate dimensions of your home. The orientation of the roof is important for the solar yield. Trees shading your property might be important. We get to look more deeply into your electrical panel and system to make sure that it will support solar and that we could successfully install your system. So once we've completed the site visit, we take that information back. We put drone imagery into the model to make it more accurate, and we can provide a firm quote so we confidently can say, this is how much the system's going to cost. We're confident that we can build it and it will meet your expectations. We will give you a timeline for installation, which may be affected by the status of your loan approval if you are utilizing that service. And we can also ask any questions that you want answered before you decide to go solar with us. Most installs take 1 or 2 days to complete. From the initial estimate to the final quote, we're here to guide you every step of the way. If you're ready to explore solar energy for your home, contact us today to get started. You are one step closer to achieving a lower energy bill, energy independence, and a cleaner planet.
Guys, let's talk about this. Long time no see. Thanks for your help.
You know that I don't help anyone unless I get compensated for it, and the only reason you'd be out an unpopulated planet at the edge of the galaxy is to steal something of value.
You're right. Came here for this. I thought it was the Recorder of Destiny, but it's not, and it's nothing of value to you.
Really? How's that?
Well, it's an ancient magical artifact, and legend says, when used, it emits a powerful frequency, so strong it'll fry the cyberkinetic brain implants of all the goons of the Zerka Corporation, permanently destabilizing their corporate empire.
You're right. That isn't helpful to me.
It's not helpful to me either. It's not the right one.
And you realize, of course, that all these corporate goons are simply beings from all over the galaxy who enlist. As I was saying, you realize, of course, that all these corporate goons are simply beings from all over the galaxy who enlist because they want to be on the winning side.
Yeah, I know Zerka's marketing strategy, and it does pain me that ending the corporation's control of the galaxy will require taking many lives.
That's why you are going to lose. That corporation isn't afraid to use any vile means necessary to get what they want. That's why they will succeed in their mission to bring as much pain and misery to the galaxy as possible.
I refuse to believe that.
Well, if you're serious about taking on that corporation, you'll need this. We'll see each other later.
Hey, wait. If you join me on my mission to restore peace to the galaxy, you and I together can take down the Zerka Corporation leader. He'll be defeated easily and quickly.
I agree.
I've dispatched the Zerka goons. There's no sign of the recorder.
Are you looking for this?
Yeah, thank you.
If I let this fall into your hands, it could make things very difficult for the corporation I own.
Wait. You're the corporation leader?
I am.
No, it's not possible. You can't be the Zerka corporation leader. I've seen what they look like.
Something like this. Some powerful individuals put a bounty on him just a few days ago. I quickly and easily dispatched him and collected my compensation.
So the person who waged this war in the first place has been dead for days now.
That's right.
Then why are you continuing this war? Why are you continuing corporation leaders' twisted mission to bring pain to the universe?
Ah, you poor child. The galaxy fills itself with pain anyways. Also, this is fun for me.
And so that was the final episode of Mission to Win the Intergalactic War. What do you guys think?
That was awesome!
You did not tell me that I'd die in this.
No, I wanted to surprise you with the ending. Pretty cool, right?
Ending? Fantastic. Perfect. Loved it.
I was under the impression that the series was going to end with me defeating the Zerka Corporation and saving the galaxy.
Yeah, I know. I think everybody else thought that too, but I wanted to do a smarter, more mature ending, and I wanted to do a film about the problem with being a good guy in a bad world, and the problem is that you're doomed to lose, and that's why society itself is doomed to lose.
That's so wise, and I love that the bounty hunter won. I love his character so much.
I know, right?
Yeah, and he's really not a guy you want to mess with, and anybody that does, they regret it. And it's really awesome. He's not afraid to be a bad guy.
I know, and quite frankly, that's the problem with society, because we tell people to be good guys and to be kind, and really we're sabotaging their futures, because that's not really going to win.
Yeah, well, and it's fantastic. They have someone so intellectual and mature finishing this series.
Well, yes, thank you. I agree.
I also, I can't help that I noticed that the jetpack, it breaks when he lands.
Oh, yes, the rocket booster, it came off, but I thought it looked funny, so I'm keeping it in. That's the take we're going with.
Gotcha. Well, honestly, I think that everybody is going to love the end of this series.
Yes, I think they will. Well, anyways, let's go home, everybody. Alright guys, you are now about to watch the final chapter of Mission to Win the Intergalactic War. Oh, hello.
Hey, I made a couple changes.
What?
Yeah, you'll love it. Eclipse. I've dispatched the Zerka goons. There's no sign of the recorder.
Are you looking for this?
Yes, thank you. Now I can restore peace to the galaxy. Eclipse, I have the recorder.
Well, seems you've accidentally had your ray get undone when fighting my troops. You really shouldn't waste any time in using that thing to fry their brains. But I don't think you have the guts to. So it looks like this is it for you.
Your troops?
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm the leader of the Zerka Corporation. Troops? That's the deepest person.
Wait! Guys, let's talk about this. Why are you guys loyal to this bounty hunter?
Because he's awesome.
Because he's effectively violent?
Yeah. And he's such a mature dude.
Because he's cynical?
Yeah.
Listen, I know nobody wants to be the hopeful sucker who believes in making change and then loses. But spouting premonitions of the good guys always losing, is not a sign of intellect or maturity.
But the good guys will lose because you're weak.
No, there's nothing weak or wrong about being good. You seem to be stuck on this idea that society is a competition to see who wins and who loses.
It is.
No, it's not. Society is an accumulation of moments in people's lives where we interact with each other. And when we interact with each other, we can choose to be kind.
Lame.
Listen, you've been enthralled to this guy for no good reason, and you don't owe this bounty hunter your loyalty.
You all are taking too long to murder each other. I'm off to do a bunch of vindictive, cruel stuff to good people all over the galaxy.